Have questions about the CrossFit Games? We have answers. Competition Director Adrian Bozman talks cuts, schedule, and what the fans can expect in Madison. We get you ready for all the action next on Game Central. Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Game Central. I'm Sean Woodland. The CrossFit Games are now just 2 weeks away, and here is a look at the schedule for the week when we are in Madison, Wisconsin. Everything gets started on August 3rd and runs through August 7th. The age groups and the adaptive divisions, they will start on August 4th. They will wrap up competition on August 6th. The individuals and the teams, they start on August 3rd. They will get a day off, and then they will close out their competition on the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. And I recently spoke with CrossFit's Competition Director Adrian Bozman about the schedule, about the cuts for the individuals and the teams, and what fans can expect when they are in Madison, Wisconsin for the CrossFit Games. Joined now by CrossFit's Competition Director Adrian Bozman as we get closer to the 2022 NOBULL CrossFit Games. Boz, thanks so much for doing this. How you doing?
I am great, man, and pleasure to be here with you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. What is different about the CrossFit Games schedule this year?
We have something a little bit different in that the total number of days that we have competition running is a little bit shorter. And what that means on a practical sense is that all divisions are going to between Wednesday and Sunday, although not everybody's going to compete on all of those days. So roughly, the age groupers are going to be bumped up a little bit towards the end of the competition. They'll be competing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they'll have a couple of days of overlap there with the teams and individuals. And what that allows us to do for them, which is pretty notable, is they'll be able to finish their competition on Saturday night in the Coliseum in front of everybody. So that'll be really awesome.
Teams are going to conclude things this year. Why was that decision made?
That is true. So this year on site for those in attendance, the teams will be the last thing that you'll see. Their final event is going to be placed after the individual final. And there was a couple of reasons there. Number one, we've never done it, so it's kind of cool to highlight the teams at the end of the comp. And number two, we had a live broadcast window, and that window was a little bit earlier than we've had in the past. And so in order to showcase the individual athletes during that time, we made the decision to flip-flop the schedule a little bit and have the teams conclude.
How will the athlete cuts work this year?
This year, there's only one cut that's going to be made for teams and one cut that's going to be made for individuals. It's pretty straightforward. At the end of competition on Saturday night, we will cut down to the top 30 men and women. And at the same time, Saturday night, we will cut down to the top 20 teams. That's the only cut that's going to be there this competition. And so it's a pretty straightforward cut schedule. It gives everybody a lot of opportunity to keep their name in the hat, so to speak. They'll be given plenty of field time, whether they make that cut or they don't, but only those top athletes will compete on Sunday.
So building on the cuts thing, why did you decide to put them where you did?
You know, when we started building the competition and I was getting the programming together, my original intent was to organize the competition in a way that nobody had cuts. So that's the framework that I went into when I was planning originally. As you get deeper in and as we started looking at the schedule and how massive that starts to become on some of those days, especially with overlapping divisions, we had to make some hard decisions based on that. What we were not willing to sacrifice was the breadth of the test. So keeping all athletes, including the 38 teams, and 40 individual male and female athletes involved just wasn't going to be feasible. And so rather than cut away tests or change the nature of some of those tests, we decided that we'd rather trim away some of the field at that point so that the test can still be robust. So that's reason number one. Also, looking at Sunday's schedule, we do have a live broadcast window on CBS, which is really exciting, offers a ton of opportunity to showcase these athletes and their performances. And to make that possible, to make it visibly possible to showcase some really cool stuff in that window, we had to make some hard decisions about the schedule, and the cuts help to facilitate that as well. Athletes are going to have lots of opportunity to prove that they can get there on Sunday and take the competition floor. They're going to know heading into competition, what's expected of them. And if they want to be there Sunday, they know what they need to do.
What will the spectator experience be like in Madison this year?
The spectator experience in Madison is going to be awesome. I mean, it always is, but it's going to be full on. There's going to be lots to see. There's going to be multiple different venues, both on the campus and off the campus. I mean, it's just going to be great. We've got all sorts of things that are coming into play with the affiliate team, with the education team. So there'll be plenty of things to do. You'll be able to work out. You'll be able to get coached. You'll be able to see all the vendors. So I say every year that whether you're a fan, volunteer, staff, an athlete, doesn't matter. CrossFit Games is full on, and you're going to get a drink from the fire hose. It's going to be great.
This is your first year programming the games. What, if anything, can athletes expect that may be different from years past?
I don't know that I'm the one to answer that question. I think I'm a little bit too close to it. So I think that's something for the fans and the community to rattle around once they've seen the events and once the athletes have taken the stage. Maybe that's something that we have a conversation about after it's all wrapped up. I said it before, and it is really important to me to honor the tradition of what we've done in the past. To honor the event that we all know it to be, and to continue that through line from the early history of the games to today. So, there's going to be a lot that is familiar to the athletes and to the fans and everybody else. However, there are going to be some unique elements, as there is every year. But how unique that is and how that stacks up to other years, I'll leave that to the rest of you guys to discuss and debate as things unfold.
Boz, as always, it's a great time talking to you. Appreciate your insight and really looking forward to seeing everything go down in Madison.
My pleasure.
Big thanks to Adrian Bozman for taking the time to do that. Can't wait to be on site in Madison to check out all the action. Again, everything gets kicked off on August 3rd and concludes on August 7th. Be sure to keep checking out games.crossfit.com for the latest news and schedule updates. Miles to Madison episode 7 airs Thursday, July 21st. This episode features week 1 of the semifinals, the Syndicate Crown, the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, and the Torian Pro. You can check it out on the CrossFit Games YouTube channel, along with the other 6 episodes of Miles to Madison. And Fittest on Earth Next Gen, the 2021 CrossFit Games documentary, is available now on iTunes. Make sure you watch that. It is fantastic. That is going to do it for this edition of Game Central. I'm Sean Woodland. Can't wait to see you all in Madison.